Good morning, all of you. So, in the last class, we discussed some problems based on the magnetic moment and angular momentum relation, like Q by 2m relation. And that means Q by L is M by L is equal to Q by 2m relation, right? And now, in today's class, let us see a few more problems related to that magnetic moment calculation and some torque related, some more problems based on the magnetic torque acting on the current coil concepts. So now let us write this one of the problem like so write that problem. A hollow cylindrical pipe is having uniform charge density rho from inner radius R1 to outer radius R2. If rho is that means if the cylinder is rotated about its own axis with angular velocity omega, then find an expression for its magnetic moment. Rho is a charge density. Volume charge density is rho. Rho is a charge density. Volume charge density, that rho is. So now is it clear? Now it is a hollow pipe. The charge is distributed between these two radii here. That means from R1 to R2 the charge will be distributed. And now we need to find this magnetic moment here for this. So again this magnetic moment you can calculate by the two methods here what we discussed there, by integration method and by finding the moment of inertia. And actually that means angular momentum Q by 2m into L you can write. For finding angular momentum also you need to do some calculation here because it is not a solid cylinder, so you can't apply any formula directly here. Some removed part is there. So like that also you can solve. So just by integration method first I will explain here. So that means the integration method, if I write, we need to consider a small element here. So for that small element you can consider like this. Again let us consider a cylindrical element here. So I am taking a cylindrical element like this. So this is a cylindrical element of radius smaller, let us consider here. So this is a smaller radius. With the smaller we are taking one cylindrical element like this. Right? And so now we need to write the charge present in this here. We need to consider this how much charge is present in this element here. And from that we need to write this corresponding magnetic moment of that element here. So for this also let us consider that radius as smaller here and width is 2r I am taking, dr I am taking here. This is smaller we are taking and this width is dr, width of that element is, right? And so you may consider this length of this element as L, you may consider here, length of that cylinder. And so now let us write this charge present in that small element. So for small element, so dq is equal to the charge present in that small element we need to write here. So that means rho into then volume of that element we need to write. Rho is a charge density into volume of that element you need to write. So volume of that element I can write as 2 pi r dr, that gives this cross sectional area into this length. Right, that means our element is cross section will be there like this. So what we are writing is the cross section here, the 2 pi r dr into this length of this cylinder we are writing there. So then that is our dq value. Therefore this current you can write it as current due to that element, you can write it as di is equal to, so dq by 2 pi into omega. This is our general way of writing that current there. So then you can write this as so the 2 pi will be cancelled, rho omega L into that R dr. So this will be our current element there. Then magnetic moment. So magnetic moment you can write it as dm is equal to di into the area of that element you need to write. So area of that element means you need to write it as pi r square. Cross sectional area. For this cross sectional area we need to write. And therefore this dm is equal to, this di means you can substitute this rho omega L r dr into pi r square. So therefore this dm is equal to rho omega L into this will be pi r cube dr. So this pi is also constant, so you can write outside. So then that gives our total magnetic moment here. So then this value you can write it as m is equal to, the limits are from 0 to r you will get, and this is from total magnetic moment 0 to m. Rho omega L into pi into this will be r power 4 by 4 you will get, right? So that will be the magnetic moment of this element here, sorry. The limits are not from 0 to r, we need to take from r1 to r2. It is a hollow pipe we are taking there, and so that the limits what we can write is from r1 to r2, right? We are taking hollow pipe here, so that this value will be by 4 you will get here, and this value you can write it as r2 power 4 minus r1 power 4 you can write. So it is a magnetic moment of this element here, that means that total ring. And actually you can also write by using our Q by L ratio here, and you try it by that method, Q by L ratio method. And so now next year in this only they will give the another condition like this. So let us write that one. The charge density of the extension for this, the charge density of a uniform cylinder of radius Rs is rho. Rs is rho. It is surrounded by another cylindrical pipe of inner radius Rs and outer radius R, capital R. Inner radius Rs and outer radius Rs. And it is having charge density minus rho, a charge density minus rho. And this total arrangement is rotating about its common axis. The total arrangement is rotating about its common axis with angular velocity omega. So find an expression for Rs. Such that the magnetic moment of the system is 0. The magnetic moment of the system is 0. Right? So that means now in this, whatever the gap, hollow cylinder, whatever the cavity is there, cylindrical cavity, now we are filling that with another cylinder here. That means the given information is, what you can consider is, this inner one is having some, this is inner one, now you can consider that as some Rs you may consider there, and the outer one is R we are taking here, right? And so now this inner one is having some plus rho charge density and this outer one is having some minus rho charge density. That's the given information there, right? And so that now with the help of this you can solve it easily there. That means in the same integration you will get that just we need to change that limits there. So then so let us write it here. That means I am taking the same calculation and from this I am doing these calculations here. So in this I am taking here. Now the magnetic moment of this inner one I am calculating here. The inner shell which is having inner cylinder which is having that charge density plus rho and its charge density is distributed from r is equal to 0 to r is equal to rs, right? So that means now here what I am taking is this is a cylinder what I am taking, this inner cylinder. It is now surrounded by this outer cylinder here. So this is the situation what actually is. Now it is revolving about its own axis with an angular velocity omega there. And so now this is the information given for us. This is rotating about its own axis here. So now its radius is rs and its outer radius is r. And so now this inner one is having this plus rho and this outer one is having this minus rho. Now it is rotating like this. Now the magnetic moment of this inner one I am taking it as m1 and the magnetic moment of this outer one is, let us take it as m2, right? So the magnetic moment of the inner one let us write here first. So from the previous discussion, magnetic moment of inner one, magnetic moment of inner cylinder. So let it be m1. Now I am writing this m1 value directly by using this equation here, right? And so that this is rho omega L into pi integral of r cube dr. Now limits we need to take from 0 to rs. Just we need to change the limits here, 0 to rs. So therefore this m1 will be rho omega L into pi rs power 4 by 4 you will get, right? That is our magnetic moment of this inner one. And so now let us write for this outer one here. Magnetic moment of, so the magnetic moment of outer one, outer cylinder. So let it be m2 here, right? And so now this m1 and m2. Now m2 means we need to take such a similar limits. Instead of r1 and r2, we need to take it from just rs and r. So right. So that means again what we can write is rho omega L pi into integral of r cube dr from r. Let's suppose here this previous problem, let us take that as equation 1. This we are writing from equation 1 here. Equation 1 in previous problem. So from that equation we are writing that equation, this expression directly there, and therefore this m2 is equal to rho omega L into pi by 4 into r power 4 minus rs power 4 we can write, and this is our m2 value here. And actually if you are writing this in vector form, this we need to take with the negative sign here because it is having some negative charge density is there for this. So this is having some negative charge density, so that we need to take that negative sign there. That means the magnetic moment of this outer one is in one direction and inner one is in other opposite direction there. So that in vector form we need to consider them as negative. So the given condition is so m1 plus m2 should be equal to 0. So m1 plus m2 means what we can write is rho omega L pi rs power 4 by 4 plus, that means minus of, this is minus of rho omega L pi r power 4 minus rs power 4 by 4 is equal to 0, right? And so you can cancel all the terms there. Then you will get, what you will get here is Rs power 4 is equal to R power 4 minus Rs power 4 you will get. And therefore this is 2 Rs power 4 is equal to R power 4 you will get. And therefore this is Rs is equal to R by 2 power 1 by 4 you can write. Or if you are writing in numerator, 2 power minus 1 by 4 you can write there. That means this expression you can also express it as 2 power minus 1 by 4 into R you can write. So it is a relation between R and Rs there, right? So this is a relation between radius, that means up to that radius it should be filled with this negative positive charge, and outer one is should be filled with this negative charge densities there, right? So that is that problem here. That means such that we are taking two types of charge densities in the same object such that the net magnetic moment of that system will be zero when you are rotating that system there. And now such a similar problem will be there in case of a sphere. So let us try that problem there. So note down that's next problem. A sphere is having uniform charge density plus rho, is having uniform charge density plus rho from r is equal to 0 to r is equal to 0 to r is equal to rs, r is equal to 0 to r is equal to rs. And then it is having volume charge density minus rho from rs to r. When the sphere is rotated about its diameter, with angular velocity omega, if the magnetic moment of the sphere is 0, if the net magnetic moment of the sphere is 0, then find relation between R and Rs, and also find net charge contained in the sphere, right? So this is also similar only. If only solid sphere is there, we can use our relation there, that previously m by L is equal to q by 2m relation you can use, because here charge is distributed, volume distribution is there. If only surface distribution is there for the solid sphere, then we discussed already that relation is not valid, m by L relation is not valid. But if you are taking the inner solid sphere, you can apply that. But as the outer one is, shell is also required for us, so integration method is easy for us compared to the previous problem. So then you can apply that same integration for the whole problem easily, right? And so now just we are taking this a small element there, and then further you can write that magnetic moment, and then we can integrate that. I think you can proceed the similar procedure there, same as that of the cylinder, and try this problem, right? So the magnetic moment is 0 is given. So when magnetic moment is 0, then just you need to find the relation between R and Rs here. The relation between R and Rs you need, and under that condition, after getting that relation, you can calculate the net charge. Net charge means then rho into 4 by 3 pi Rs cube plus that means here negative is there, so minus rho into 4 by 3 pi r cube minus rs cube we need to write. As we derived the, that means as we got this relation between r and rs, you can substitute that relation in, then from that you can calculate this charge here, right? So do that calculation there, and I will give the another problem here. So now let us see the magnetic moment of this cone. So magnetic moment of this cone calculation here. It's a cone of altitude h. It is having that surface charge density sigma here. Now if it is rotating about its own axis, with angular velocity omega, then we need to find this magnetic moment of this cone. Just to mention that sigma is the surface charge density. Sigma is the surface charge density on a cone of base radius r and height h. Base radius r and height h. And the semi-vortex angle is theta. Semi-vortex angle is theta. If the cone is rotating with angular velocity omega about its axis, then find its magnetic moment. So clearly here again the integration is required. If you are taking a element, then ring elements you will get for that surface of this cone, and different rings are having the different radii, and so we need that integration there. So for that what we can write is we need to consider a small element here. So as the expression is required in terms of this h, so I am taking this is our ring element here. And so this element, let us consider this is at a height of x from this, and here the radius of this ring element, let us take it as r, the radius of this ring element. And so now let us write the charge present on this element here. And so the charge present on this element, you can write it as so let us write this charge present on this element. Surface charge density is given for us. So you can write this as, for small element, dq is equal to sigma into 2 pi r. 2 pi r will give us a circumference, and then that this width we need to write here, the width of that element. So width of this element means here along this direction you will get this as dx here. So this dimension you will get that as dx. That means there I will draw here clearly. So that means this element width is dx, and this is the element what we need there. So this is our dx value. So this will be the width of this element here. So this with the vertical, this angle you can consider it as theta. And so then this expression you can write this as dx cos theta. So this will be the width of that element there, right? And so then 2 pi r dr generally we are writing. So here dr means we need to write this width here. So which is nothing but dx by cos theta. So dx by cos theta, so that is 2 pi r dr. So this is our sigma into surface charge density there, right? Now the current. So di is equal to dq by 2 pi into omega, and therefore this di is equal to, again this 2 pi will be cancelled, sigma omega by cos theta into r into dx. And now the magnetic moment, let us write there. So the magnetic moment dm is equal to magnetic moment of this small element only. So the magnetic moment of this small element is dm is equal to di into the area of that element, so pi r square. So now let us substitute this di value from this, and then let us see the simplification here. So sigma omega into pi by cos theta, and here this is r cube into dx. Let's suppose this is our equation 1, right? So now that is our equation 1 I am taking there. Now here we need to do this small calculation here. That means small calculation in the sense there x is there one variable and dr is there, that means r is there another variable. So dx is one variable and r is another variable. So you need to convert that. That means you need to convert either dr into in terms of dx, r into in terms of x, or x into in terms of r you can write here. So but that you can do just by using this triangle here. So that I am writing as so from figure what you can write is tan theta is equal to x by, that means capital R by h you can write, or which is equal to small r by h minus x you can write, h minus x. That means this is the calculation here. From this you can write this as capital tan theta is equal to r by h you can define, and whereas if you are taking a small angle, a small triangle, then this opposite is r and this value will be h minus r. And as in terms of theta, let us derive this expression. Generally they will give the options in terms of this theta. So therefore from this what you can write is r is equal to h minus x into tan theta. So I am writing in terms of that there, h minus x into tan theta I am writing there. So then let us substitute that expression and then integrate that. And therefore this expression what you can write is therefore dm is equal to sigma into omega into pi by cos theta into h minus x whole cube into tan cube theta into dx. Now tan theta value is a constant value. Theta value is a semi-vortex angle which is a constant. There only x is now variable there, right? So we can do the integration here. Therefore this total magnetic moment value will be sigma omega pi by cos theta into, this is tan cube theta, and now this integration you can write this expression as integral of h minus x whole cube into dx. This is from 0 to h you need to write. X varies from 0 to h. And so then let us simplify these equations here. Then this is sigma omega pi cos theta into tan cube theta into, then this integration value you can write this as h cube minus x cube plus 2h square x, sorry, minus 2h square x and 2h x square plus 2h x square into dx. And this is from 0 to h. And then do the integration of this, then you can simplify that expression there. Therefore this m is equal to, so sigma omega into pi by pi into tan cube theta by cos theta, and this expression you can write this as, so this is h into, that means h power 4 by 4 here, sorry, yeah, h power 4, just h power 4 you will get, because h cube differentiation, h cube is a constant value. So just that h into dx means you will get x, and limits I am substituting there. So minus h power 4 by 4, and this is minus h cube, sorry, h power 4. Is it clear? This is x square by 2 you will get. So that 2 will be cancelled. X square is nothing but h square you will get. And in the next term plus, here again h power 4 you will get. So plus this is 2 into h power 4 by 3. So x square is there, x cube by 3 you will get. And so the h power 4 by 3 you will get. And so let us simplify this equation there. And so then you can take that LCM and you can simplify this. So sigma omega h tan cube theta by cos theta into h power 4 you can take common there, and let us take LCM as 12. So 4 minus 3 minus, so this directly you can cancel here, plus h by 4 and minus h by 4, or let us write here minus 4, and then this value will be plus 8, right? And so that that value you can write this as 5 by 12 into sigma omega pi h power 4 by cos theta into tan cube theta, right? So that will be the magnetic moment of this expressions there, magnetic moment of that cube, this cone. And if suppose sometimes they will give, instead of giving that q value, they will give that sigma value, they will give the q value, then you can convert there, that q will be distributed on this. So then in that case what we can write is if q is a charge distributed on cone, therefore that q value you can write this as sigma into that surface area you need to write here, that surface area of this, and the surface, that means only this curved surface of this curved surface area of this cone you need to write there. So the curved surface area of that cone you can write it as q by this is 2 pi r l, you can write 2 pi r into l, right? So it means L is this lateral length here, where L is the lateral length, and that value you can write now, R value and L value you can write in terms of H and theta, because those are the known values for us. So then this expression you can write it as sigma into 2 pi into only H and let us convert this expression in terms of this H and R value. So the H and theta value. So then this R value we can write as H tan theta. Sorry, R is equal to, you can write this as tan theta is equal to H by R. So then this is H tan theta, and then this L value we need to write here. So that L value means you can write this as cos theta is equal to H by L, you can write. That means this value you can write it as cos theta is equal to H by L. So L is equal to H by cos theta. H by cos theta we can write. And so now from this we need to write our sigma value here. That sigma value, therefore I can write this as, or let us simplify this first here. So sigma into 2 pi h square tan theta by cos theta. And from this you can find this sigma value as q into cos theta by 2 pi h square tan theta. And so that is our sigma value here. Now in terms of this to write the charge in terms of this q value, magnetic moment in terms of the q value, so we need to replace the sigma by using that expression there, and therefore that expression what we can write is therefore this m is equal to, so 5 by 12 into, except sigma, first I am writing the remaining one, so omega pi h power 4 tan cube theta by cos theta into, now sigma means, let us substitute this expression here, q cos theta by 2 pi h square tan theta. So right, now you can simplify this. So if you simplify this expression, you can write this expression as 5 by 24 5 by 24 into, let us say this pi value will be cancelled, omega into h square, pi is cancelled, and here cos theta and cos theta will be cancelled, and only tan square theta will be there. So that is a magnetic moment expressions there. That is a magnetic moment in terms of this charge. So where the q we need to write here. So once check the calculations here. The calculation is the h cube integration here. Integration of this term is so here I did a mistake here, calculation mistake. I think all of you I had identified already this. So that means here a cube here 3 and 3 you will get. And so the remaining calculation here, that means 3h square x and plus 3hx square. Then see the remaining calculation here, so that here you will get this 1 by 2 of this original value, and then here just we are substituting this q by value, and so that here you will get this 1 by 4 value. And so once check that calculation here, what I did there, that means here this previous calculation is wrong, so you need to correct this one, right? So then that is a magnetic moment calculation for this cone. And next, regarding this magnetic moment in electric dipole moment, we discussed like potential energy of the dipole, and then we discussed like work done in rotating the dipole, and such a similar problem, similar concepts will be there here. So let us see those concepts now. And after that, I will discuss a few more concepts, a few more problems based on the top. So this is work done in rotating a dipole, in rotating a magnetic dipole. This is electric dipole, we already concluded. Rotating a magnetic dipole. So now in this we say like magnetic dipole work done means we know the work done. Suppose say this magnetic field is there along this direction here, B bar, and now this M bar is like this. M bar means our magnetic moment. It is making certain angle theta there. Now suppose it is turned through an angle through the small angle, let us consider here first, and so that you can write the work done expressions there, right? And so since it is rotating there, we need to write the work done in rotational mechanics formula there. So torque acting on magnetic dipole, tau is equal to what we can write is mb sin theta we can write. So therefore work done to rotate dipole through small angle so that we can write it as dw is equal to tau into d theta we can write. That means like our similar to that of our f into ds formula there, f into ds cos theta. And so similarly here we can write this as tau into d theta, angular work done. Work done in rotatory motion for this angular displacement here. So the total work done we can write this as integral of tau into d theta you can write, and therefore this is work done is equal to, this will be mb of integral of sin theta d theta you can write. So let us say this is from theta initial to theta final, initial angle to final angle. So therefore this work done expression you can write this as mb into, and you know that cos sin theta integration is minus cos theta, and so after substituting these limits you will get like cos theta initial to cos theta final you will get. So right, so that will be the expression for this work done in rotating this magnetic dipole here. In simply in electrostatics we got an expression like in electrostatics such a similar expression is work done on this in electric field here, P of cos theta initial minus cos theta final. Such a similar expression there where P is the electric dipole moment and here M is a magnetic dipole moment, E is the electric field and B is a magnetic field. Such a similar expression in electrostatics, which we discussed already there, right? So as we discussed, that means as we are deriving this work done expression, then we can define this potential energy also here, the potential energy of this dipole. And so therefore potential energy of this dipole. So potential energy of magnetic dipole. So similar to that of our electric dipole, here also we take a reference as reference for defining this work done here, that means potential energy here. So that reference is nothing but again we consider it as a 90 degrees there. That means this is the magnetic field direction. If I consider initially the magnetic field magnetic moment will be along this direction. Now from this position to any angle theta, if suppose this magnetic moment is turned through this angle here, now this amount of work done is nothing but we consider it as it stores as potential energy in this. That means from this position to any angle theta, we are turning this magnetic dipole from this position to any angle theta, and then the amount of work done is nothing but we call that means that will be stored as potential energy in that system there. So just to mention that, write down that the potential energy of a magnetic dipole is defined as amount of work done in rotating the magnetic dipole from its initial normal position to any angle theta. Initial normal position to any angle theta. Will be stored as potential energy in that system. So therefore you can write this as same, that potential energy is equal to, that means work done we can write it as work done W is equal to here it is mb cos theta initial minus cos theta final. And so now here for this our definition is theta initial is pi by 2 and theta final is any angle theta. So from 90 degrees to any angle theta. Therefore this work done is equal to mb into cos of initial angle is pi by 2 minus cos theta. So therefore this work done is equal to minus mb cos theta, and this work done is nothing but our potential energy there. Therefore potential energy is equal to potential energy of this dipole u is equal to minus mb cos theta, or you can also express this as minus of m bar dot b bar. You can express it as a dot product of those two vectors here. So this is the potential energy formula here, minus mb cos theta or minus m bar dot b bar you can write there, right? So it is the potential energy and work done calculations here. So that potential energy is nothing but again this expression similar to that of electrostatics there. So there you will get like minus Pe cos theta you will get. So here we are getting that as minus mb cos theta. And there in this expression or in work done expression you need to remember that theta is the angle between m bar and b bar. Sometimes they will give like what is the amount of work done in rotating from 90 degrees to 90 degrees. Initially the magnetic moment is like this. What is the amount of work done in rotating from 90 degrees to by an angle 30 degrees here. That means we are rotating by 30 degrees they will ask here. So in that case the initial angle is, in this case suppose work done if you want to calculate from turning the dipole from 90 degrees through an angle of 30 degrees, then initial angle means you need to take 90 degrees and a final angle means final angle is not 30 degrees. You need to take 60 degrees here, this angle. So always here that theta initial or theta final in this expression means, or in that expression theta means angle between m bar and b bar. So here theta initial means initial angle between m bar and b bar, that is 90 degrees, and the final angle between M bar and B bar is 60 degrees here. So angle between M bar and B bar you need to substitute, but not angle of rotation, how much angle you are turning there, right? And here only we can mention this when this potential energy becomes maximum and when this potential energy will become minimum, you can write there. So I will mention all those conditions in a simple directions in terms of these directions there. So let us say this. So this is the direction of, suppose say B bar I am taking here. Now M bar is also along the same direction here. So let us take the three possible cases here. So B bar is along this direction. Now in one case I am taking this M bar is in the same direction here. The magnetic moment is in the same direction. And suppose in this case the magnetic moment is perpendicular to this, and here the magnetic moment is opposite to this here, right? And so now, so here this angle you can write this as here the angle between them is 0 degrees, and so torque our torque formula is mb sine 0, so which is 0, and we can write this potential energy formula as minus mb cos 0 you will get. So potential energy will be minimum here and torque is also minimum here, right? So this is the minimum potential energy and minimum torque. So this is minimum torque is minus mb. And whereas if you are considering here, then this theta value is pi by 2, the angle between m bar and b bar, and so torque will be maximum here. So the torque is mb sine 90 you will get, so which is mb, the torque value. And so now here this potential energy will be 0 you will get. So it is not either maximum or minimum, just it is 0. This is nothing but generally our reference positions there. And so now when theta is equal to pi, then you will get this torque is again minimum 0, and this potential energy will be maximum you will get. So that potential energy is plus mb you will get, because cos of 180 is minus 1 you will get, so minus of minus plus you will get here. And so now you can observe that here torque is 0 and the potential energy is minimum. So already we know that for current carrying conductors, the force acting on that loop will be 0 when it is placed in magnetic field. So force is 0, torque is also 0. So you can say that it is in equilibrium. And which type of equilibrium is, then we need to check about this potential energy. Potential energy is minimum. So if in equilibrium, if potential energy is minimum, then we call that equilibrium as stable equilibrium here. So this in this position it is said to be stable equilibrium. The dipole is said to be in stable equilibrium. Here the dipole is not in equilibrium here because the torque is not equal to 0. Maximum torque is acting there. And again here the torque is 0. So here it is in equilibrium, but here potential energy is maximum here. So potential energy is maximum means then here it is unstable equilibrium here. So this is the position of this unstable equilibrium here. So that is the maximum minimum torques and potential energies when the dipole is placed in different positions there, right? So that is about this dipole here, dipole and this magnetic dipole, and then this potential energy of the magnetic dipole. And related to torque and this potential energy, some few problems are there that I will explain in our next class, right? Thank you.